Now, for the first video of the day, I want to talk about Donald Trump's impeachment. Now, you would expect that the impeachment, the third impeachment, that's made official, by the way, because apparently the managers already delivered the charges to the Senate. Now it's official. Donald Trump is the third president in history to be impeached. Now, whether or not he'll be convicted, that's an all different issue. But why isn't this big news, or at least to me? It's because we all know this is a huge waste of time. It's election season. They want to impeach Trump, and then after that, they want to indict him right during election season. For me, it's a waste of time. Therefore, I don't care. Therefore, it's not big news to me. But I am going to be talking about the actual big news between Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and the whole trending hashtag call. I think CNN is trash and hashtag never Warren, which I will be discussing in the next video. But for now, let's see what the New York Times has to say about this. Apparently, the title reads: Impeachment managers deliver charges to the Senate, paving the way for trial. And it's going to be a trial that no one's going to care about because it was just a big show. It was a big phony impeachment. But anyways, I ranted long enough. Let's see what the New York Times has to say. A team of newly appointed House impeachment managers marched two charges against President Trump across the Capitol on Wednesday, delivering them to the Senate along with a formal notification that they were ready to begin only the third presidential impeachment trial in American history. Yep. In over 200 years of American history, we only had three presidents that have been officially impeached. So now Trump is officially impeached. Whether or not you want to see it as a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to you. But I'll tell you this right now, he will not be convicted of a crime because there was no crime that he committed. But anyways, let's continue. A highly choreographed procession, hours after the House voted almost entirely along party lines to send the articles and appoint the managers, was the beginning of what promises to be a historic, if partisan, impeachment trial, a proceeding that has already opened divisions in the normally state Senate. And apparently, these are some of the managers already. Adam Schiff, the one who's actually has a huge hatred for Donald Trump. Jerry Nadler, the same thing. Obviously, it's about the whole country and it's what the people want. Well, what do you mean by people? Do you mean the people that voted for you? You mean the people that are paying your pocketbooks, like the corporations? I mean, who are you talking about, Nancy Pelosi? But anyways, going. The tribunal, the first impeachment trial to play out in the presidential election year, has the potential to shape Mr. Trump's legacy, to stoke the country's political polarization, and to inject new uncertainty into the 2020 elections. The 228 to 193 vote to adopt the articles and appoint the managers came almost a month after the House impeached Mr. Trump on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, formally accusing him of seeking foreign election assistance from Ukraine, then trying to conceal his actions from a House inquiry. Wow, a month? But wait, hold on for a bit. But didn't Democrats say that impeaching Trump was something that needed to be done with urgency? Man, you guys took a long time for it. If this is such an urgent matter, or maybe it's because it's not an urgent matter. You're just trying to basically just fool your people. In this case, the liberals, and not to mention leftists, who are dumb enough to vote for people like Nancy Pelosi. And I'm on behalf of my state, though I do apologize. I am a Californian, and I do apologize for having people like Nancy Pelosi up in Congress. On my behalf, I do apologize, but I do not live in San Francisco because I do not want to live surrounded by feces and use needles. Anyways, let's continue. Only one Democrat, Representative Colin C. Peterson of Minnesota, joined every Republican in voting no. Now, the trial is set to begin. On Thursday, the Senate will invite the impeachment managers to formally exhibit the articles. Once they do, the Senate will summon Chief Justice John G. Roberts, Jr. to preside, and all senators will take an oath to administer impartial justice. The Senate must properly issue summons to the president informing him of the charges and requesting a response. At the White House on Wednesday, Mr. Trump denounced the inquiry anew as a hoax and encouraged Republican lawmakers to rally to his defense shortly before the vote. I'd rather have you voting than sitting here listening to me introduce you, he told lawmakers during a signing ceremony for an initial trade deal with China, instructing them to leave if they needed to cast votes at the Capitol against moving forward with impeachment. They have a hoax going on over there. Let's take care of it. Like I said, very coincident. It's a coincidence that out of the blue, like I said, we have 6 people in the nomination right now for Democrats. We have Senator Bernie Sanders, Senator Elizabeth Warren, and Senator Amy Klobuchar. Now, the only people that are going to be left right now, currently that are qualifying for the debates, are Buttigieg, Biden, and Steyer, which I have never heard of them until just now. Actually, I heard of him before, but the point is, he's late to the party pretty much. Steyer is late to the party. But anyways, so you're basically going to be cutting the top 6 and making them the top 3. Because Bernie Sanders, Warren, and Klobuchar, They can't be campaigning while being in this trial. They cannot. Their priority over everything else is trying this impeachment. Well, as much as they want to be president, I feel like Nancy Pelosi screwed over those three to get to get Joe Biden, probably the person that they want to get to win the nomination, and screw over those three. Now Warren, I'm not a big fan of, but we're going to talk about her later. And Bernie Sanders, I used to, but not anymore. But again, what a coincidence that now that we're literally like a month before the Iowa caucus, now you want to do impeachment. Very interesting. But anyways, let's keep going. The process could damage the president, exposing conduct that some voters find unacceptable. Mr. Trump is almost certain to use his likely acquittal in the Republican-controlled Senate as a complete exoneration and turn the considerable apparatus of his campaign to stoking public outrage over the process. Democrats believe the proceeding will put pressure on Republicans, particularly those facing tough re-election challenges, to condemn Mr. Trump or risk being cast as an apologist for his misdeeds. We are here today to cross a very important threshold in American history, Speaker Nancy Pelosi said as she spoke on the House floor before the vote. Regardless of the outcome, she added Mr. Trump would be impeached for life. And he will. There's no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, it's all about convicting the person, not impeaching them. Because Bill Clinton was impeached, and guess what? Nothing happened. He was never convicted. Earlier Wednesday, Ms. Pelosi introduced the lawmakers who would serve as prosecutors or managers of the case. Both chambers were also grappling on Wednesday with a trove of new documents related to Ms. Trump's pressure campaign that played into Democrats' arguments that any trial must include new witnesses and evidence. More material was expected to be disclosed, according to an official working on the impeachment inquiry. Time has been our friend in all this because it has yielded incriminating evidence, more truth into the public domain. Ms. Pelosi told reporters, arguing that the revelations had validated her strategy to delay pressing charges for weeks. Sure. In the Senate, the contours of an unpredictable trial were taking shape as crucial Republicans indicated they would soon debate the issue of whether to call witnesses during the proceedings. Senator Susan Collins, a moderate from Maine, said she had worked with a cluster of like-minded Republicans, Senator Lamar Alexander of Tennessee, Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, and Senator Mitt Romney of Utah. Mitt Romney? Oh, I'm guessing we're talking about another Romney then. Really? Okay. Senator Mitt Romney of Utah to ensure a vote on the matter after opening arguments from each side, which Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, the majority leader, has already proposed. Ms. Pelosi announced an ethically and geographically diverse prosecution team that will be led by Representative Adam B. Schiff of California, the chairman of the Intelligence Committee who led the Ukraine inquiry. He will be joined by Representatives Jerry Nadler of New York, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Zoe Lofgren of California, Hakeem Jeffries of New York, Val B. Demings of Florida, Jason Crow of Colorado, and Sylvia R. Garcia of Texas. And I'll tell you this right now, they're all Democrats. I don't have to look these guys up. Why? Because all the Democrats voted yes for impeachment. Pelosi isn't going to send a Republican as a manager, so they're going to send all Democrats. Again, I don't even have to look this up, but I can assure you, people that you haven't heard of before, let's say Hakeem Jeffries, Val Demings, Jason Crow, and Sylvia Garcia, I can tell they're already Democrats. I don't even have to look them up. Several of the lawmakers have courtroom experience of some kind. Some kind. Wait, what is it? So yeah, of some kind. Equality, Ms. Pelosi said she had sought. Two, Mr. Crow and Ms. Garcia are both first-term members. And you're sending two rookies to present the articles of impeachment to the Senate. What a good strategy. Managers met for the first time as a group on Wednesday to discuss strategy in the basement chambers of the Intelligence Committee where the impeachment inquiry unfolded last fall. In the coming days and weeks, the managers will try to lift the arguments against Mr. Trump above all partisan politics. Their task is twofold. And I'm going to stop right here because I don't want to keep going. It's a long article. But the point is, Trump is officially impeached. I do not want to make this a 20-minute video because I don't think this is worthy of being a 20-minute video. But Trump is impeached. That's that. That's the fact. Trump is now officially impeached. Now we're going to start the trial. But the question is he going to be convicted? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. I really much appreciate it. Share the video if you think this video is worthy of sharing. But overall, feel free to answer my question in the comment section. Do you think Donald Trump is going to be convicted of a crime, meaning he's going to be, yes, he's guilty and therefore removed? Do you think this is a smart idea for Democrats to do this during literally an election year? Election year. We're talking about, less than 11 months until we cast the vote to see who wins the presidential election, whether or not it'll be Trump again or is going to be the Democrats' nominee, whoever it may be, probably Joe Biden, considering that, again, it's a coincidence that you're talking about losing literally half of the top six, making them forcing Sanders, Warren, and Klobuchar to leave the campaign trail because they have to be here for this. and leaving Buttigieg, Biden, and Steyer on this. Buttigieg is not a top contender, not even close. Biden, he's leading the polls, supposedly he's leading the polls, and he has probably the most name recognition that isn't Steyer or Buttigieg. So again, coincidence. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. The next video is going to be the actual important one, at least the one that I care about, because we're talking about Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, two buddies who apparently are going at war now, and this should be interesting to see. I'll see you guys in a bit.